going to do a flip cup drag over top of a painting that I just wasn't sure about. So here we go. Here's the flip cup part. And here's the negative space part. It's too bad because I like some parts of this painting. But sometimes you just got to start from scratch. It's good to use a real paintbrush, I have found, instead of a popsicle stick for these big pours, because you really don't want this negative space to be very thick. I've been noticing that if I leave it thick, it crazes and cracks. And I don't always love that. Sometimes it's a neat effect. Like right now, it's already crazing and cracking because underneath that's what happened. But let's see what will happen when this dries. I might have a chance to fix it once it's dry. Oops, some paint's already spilled out. Oh well, I might add a neat effect. So I'll just get the edges. Make sure the whole canvas has something for the colored paint to flow on. I really think these paint pours need negative space. They're so interesting. It's nice to have a little bit of nothing somewhere on the canvas. Somewhere for your eye to rest, I suppose. I get so excited just before I pour, just before the final kind of dragging that cup around, because it's just so amazing how the paint reacts. It makes beautiful shapes and bubbles. I love it, I love it, I love it. As you probably know if you've watched my channel before, I do a lot of landscape paintings and other types of paintings, kitties and seascapes, and those paintings takes hours and hours. And so it's really fun to be able to play with paint and let it do its own thing. So I'm gonna wiggle it a bit because I want some of that paint to come out, but not all of it. Ooh, like that. I don't want all of that to come out yet. There we go. That's good. And then after, I can even still wiggle it around even once it's on the canvas because there's so much paint for it to mix into. And it's so thick, the bubbles can still come up and make amazing things. It's the bubbles that cause it to look like a piece of art, I think. And let some flow over the edge. Some really wispy bits. I don't know, that might look nice. We'll see. And then, of course, my torch. This is where the magic happens. And sort of the leopard skin appears. Paint wants to come through each other in surprising ways. That's the best part. So it's pretty subtle so far, but once I stretch it out, some of those bubbles will be bigger and more interesting. It's really important not to get that flame too close to the paint because you don't want to melt it or burn it. Very bad to inhale and would wreck the finish of the painting as well. Okay, that's looking interesting. I'm going to let it settle for a moment. And then I'm going to start tipping it. Which direction shall I tip it? I'll try this way. And then you can see how much paint there really is on that canvas. Still a lot of movement, which means it's quite thick. Nice. I like that the deep purple is coming out right there. I'm trying to exaggerate that a bit. Okay, let's see what happens if I torch a bit more now that it's thinner. Yeah, a few more bubbles popping there. Okay, pour it this way a little bit. So it's not moving quite as quickly now, so I'm probably going to have to stop tipping so much pretty soon. Oh, there's some movement there. I'll let that flow. It's a good thing I have a whole room dedicated to this now, so I can have proper covering on the floor and I can leave my setup here and not take shortcuts. Well, that's looking pretty cool. The canvas is looking pretty interesting as it is. It's really tempting to pour some more though, because that's to tip some more, because that's the fun part. Kind of see what shapes you can get it to make. So it's not moving very fast now. Oh, there's still some movement there. I'm going to let it pour off the edge because having the cells and the drips down the edge is really, really nifty. This is turning out to be, I think, one of my favorite big pours. Let me know what you think about it. Check out my Etsy store. I am going to have a lot of my paint pours on my Etsy store now. I also sell some prints on pillows of my seascapes and landscapes there, and I hope you check that out. The link will be in the description. And I think that there is done. So I'll let you see it when it dries. So here it is dried, hanging on the wall. And I'm just gonna mess with your mind and show you that I actually didn't hang it the way that I poured it. I chose to hang it like this because I did another one just like it. And one looks like it flows down onto the other. I really like how that turned out. Here's a few of my other paintings on that wall. And it's an example of the landscape or seascape paintings that I also do. Here's a little pan around my cottage that I get to work in and hang my art in. And some pretty beautiful natural art right outside the window. Here's some examples of some small works that you can buy on Etsy. You can always contact me if you see anything on the walls that you would like a price on, or you would like to buy from afar. I will ship anywhere. This is one of my favorite pieces from recently. It really looks like the light is just coming down and kissing the earth. And here's a little pan of my workspace with some works that I've just recently finished. Some of my art pillows that I sell on Etsy. Well, I'll say goodbye for now. I'm getting ready to have an art opening tonight, and so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to doing some more paintings and some more videos a little bit more regularly. I've been off YouTube for probably about 4 weeks now, doing lots of workshops and live painting demos and live painting auctions and things, but I always have more coming. So I'll see you next time, and if you have any questions for me, I'd love to hear from you. I will always answer in the comments. I hope to connect with you there. It makes me so happy when I find other creative types and the sorts of things that they are working on. So I hope that I've inspired you and that it will just put a little lift in your day today. See you next time.